Spider-Man Noir's identity. Spider-Man Noir was first printed in a comic book in February 2009. Noir's life is completely different from Spider-Man's. This is basically made from Marvel's storyline, which is a part of the Marvel Noir universe. At the beginning of the story, journalist Urish is seen. He works as a reporter for the Daily Bugle newspaper. The time was 1930, which was called the Prohibition era of America. Then many economic crises appeared in the country. It is known that 3 weeks before this era, it was very cold. Then some people built a slum under Riverside Drive on the bank of the Hudson River. J. Jonah Jameson. In that slum, people spend their days with much trouble. At that time, editor-in-chief of the news Bugle, J. Jonah Jameson, wanted to show this scene to everyone. So one day he tells journalist Ben Urich to go to the slum and take pictures of people wearing torn clothes, pictures of the poor surviving in pain, seeing which everyone in the city would cry. According to his words, Ben Urich goes to take pictures in the slum. There, at first, he meets a man inside the slum. The man wants to know why Ben Urich has come to the poor people's slum. Then Ben Urich says he is a journalist for the Bugle newspaper. He wants to take their pictures. Then the man jokes with the journalist and says that their newspaper's paper is useful for keeping the body warm during winter. The story of May. Suddenly, Ben Urich sees an elegant lady standing on a box near the slum, giving a speech to the people. He wants to know from the slum man who the woman is. Then he knows that the lady is Peter's aunt, whose name is May. She is a social worker. She never got involved in any wrong work. She was informing the people that 3 years ago, President Hoover said no one would be unemployed in their city. But still 13 million people are living in hardship at home without work. Even the Republicans, for their own interests, try to take away the hard-earned money of the poor to make big businessmen even richer. If anyone refuses to give money, they attack them with tanks and tear gas on the street. Goblin's goon. At that time, the Goblin, meaning criminal goons, was present in that speech. They are involved in all these wrong works. Among them, a criminal named Fancy Dan could not tolerate some words of May's speech and threatened May, telling her to get on a ship and go live with the comrades in Russia if she did not like America's rules. Then May reminds everyone of the freedom of all citizens. Then Dan tells his partner Ox to bring May's power down. Then Peter Parker comes there to save May. He declares that no man can do anything to his aunt. Then Ox starts fighting with Peter. And their another partner, Montana, ties May with a rope. At such a time, the journalist appears there and says to all the goons, do they want to see their criminal faces in the newspaper, or do they want to release May and Peter Parker? Then the goons get scared of Urich's power and leave from there. After that, Urich safely takes Peter Parker and May to Bowery Welfare Center, where needy people are given food. Then Peter tells Urich that Goblin's goons killed his Uncle Ben. But Urich did not believe his words without proof. The story of Ben's death. Because Ben had come to know about all the bad works of the Goblin crime goons. When he protested against their actions, Osborn sent some of their more dangerous goons to murder Ben. After tying Ben and beating him a lot, they let loose dogs and vultures on his body. They bit and tore Ben's body into pieces, leaving it badly injured. Then Peter found Ben's dead body. Since then, a stubbornness was born in his mind. Black Cat's underground bar seeing. Peter's anger, Ben Urich decides to take Peter to the ugliest place in the world. The place is an underground bar built in the city named Black Cat, where all the alcohol trading takes place. After going there, he introduces Peter to the owner of that bar, Felicia Hardy. Felicia jokes a bit, seeing Peter's age. Then Peter replies angrily that after showing his birth certificate, Felicia herself will show Peter the wine sale license. Seeing the sharpness of Peter's words, Felicia is very surprised. In the bar, Urich points towards some more powerful people to make Peter understand the real form of society. Among them, Peter's Uncle Ben had shut down industrialist Alicius Crane's factory of wrong works by protesting. At such a time, Osborn appears there, who is connected with the Goblin. He does all bad things in exchange for money. Then Urich further tells Peter that the Goblin had created the whole team with the deformed people of the carnival. Right at this time, Osborn comes and stands in front of Peter's table, and he expresses sympathy regarding Peter's uncle, and pretends as if he does not even know that he killed Peter's uncle by letting dogs loose. Hearing his words, Peter gets more angry and he throws the glass drink on Osborn's face. Then some more goons rush towards Peter, but Osborn says no, and he tells Uric to teach Peter manners. After this incident, the bouncers throw Peter out of the bar. Curse of the Spider God. Then Ben Uric is more surprised to see Peter's so much courage and anger. He takes Peter to journalist J. Jonah Jameson's office for a job so that he can work and pay for his studies. Because now there is almost no one as a source of income in Peter's family. After talking a bit with Jameson, Peter starts working on camera setup as Uric's assistant, and through work he learns how many people in the city are living without homes, how everyone is committing suicide because of debt. But one day while working, Peter Parker learns that a fire broke out in an apartment at night. But it wasn't an accident. Rather, it is a staged conspiracy by Goblin's man Fancy Dan to take the insurance money of that apartment owner. Peter wants to show the truth of this incident to the police, but Uric says disappointedly that telling any police will not work. Because whatever money comes from these corrupt works, the police along with some other goon groups get a share of it. The truth about Ben Uric. But one night Peter sees Ben Uric's real form. He knows that Uric is a drug addict. Right then, a tipster named Flynn calls Uric and informs him that at 1 a.m. Goblin's goons will come to Pier 57's Rudy's Import warehouse to unload some scary Spider God statues and shipments. But Uric could not hear any of these words. He was unconscious in a daze of addiction. Then Peter remembers the address, goes to that warehouse alone, and hides. After a while, he sees Montana, Fancy Dan, and Ox loading the box of the Spider God statue into a car. Peter had heard from some people in the city that if a person touches this spider, the person dies. Spider-Man Noir's powers origin. But Fancy Dan suddenly trips and falls, and along with that, the box in his hand breaks down. Then many spiders come out from inside the statue. Before running away, the spiders bite and kill Fancy Dan. Then the spiders spread all around. A spider also reaches the place where Peter was hiding. The spider bites Peter twice. Peter loses sense due to the pain of the bite and goes to a dream world. There he meets the Spider God. God informs Peter that this spider does not harm good people. Peter is a good person, so the spider will not kill him. Seeing Peter's courage, God gives a spider's power to Peter. A change is seen in Peter. He's no longer an ordinary human. After gaining back his senses, he sees that he is trapped in a spider web. He tears the web and climbs up the wall to the roof, like a spider. The power that has come into his body is named Spider Sense. That means he can bring out webs from his body like a spider and go everywhere by jumping. With the courage of his own power, Peter goes to Osborn's office the next day and beats up all the goons. And he threatens and declares that he has come to end their drug business, extortion, and the dirty work of brothels. But Osborn is not scared at all. Right then, Ben Uric comes there. Then Peter sees a new truth. The one whom he thought to be a friend all this time is connected with Osborn and takes money. Seeing Peter, Uric runs away with the money. Then Peter catches Uric on the street. He says angrily that Uric should never come in front of him again. But at such a time, Osborn's goons fire bullets to kill Peter, but Peter keeps jumping on the wall like a spider. Then Uric realizes his own mistake, throws all the money at Osborn's face, and destroys all relations. Ben Uric's murder. Uric decides that he will destroy all the bad works of the Goblin, so that he can get respect again from his friend Peter. He informs Jameson of all the secret information he knows about Goblin, and he tells him to spread this information across the whole city. Then Jameson informs that he is coming to Uric's house. Uric should not go out of the house, but right then there is a sound of knocking at Uric's house. As soon as the door opens, someone shoots and kills him. The origin of Spider-Man Noir. On the other hand, Peter comes back to his own house. He takes his Uncle Ben's World War pilot uniform and sews a black costume, then wears it himself. And this is how Spider-Man Noir is born. After that, Peter gets the news and goes to Uric's house to recover the dead body, but then police arrive at the house, and the police frame Peter in the murder case. but Peter leaves from there. After that, he goes to Felicia Hardy and knows that Uric loved Peter a lot. It was for Peter that Uric wanted to leak the secret information and destroy the Goblin. Then Hardy gives some secret documents saved by Uric to Peter. She tells him to use it against the Goblin. From then on, Peter keeps destroying all of Goblin's crime businesses. Jonah Jameson murder. But suddenly the time takes a turn when Peter goes to Jameson's office and sees him lying dead on his chair. Right then, police arrive there again and want to frame Peter for the murder. Then Peter quickly leaves from there through the window. Fake Jameson. But one day, after examining the secret documents closely, Peter finds another truth. Then Peter goes to the morgue. He checks Uric's dead body properly. Then he understands that this is a fake Uric. According to the document details, there is a magician named Chameleon in Goblin's team who can copy human appearance exactly. This chameleon was printing fake news in the Daily Bugle newspaper pretending to be fake Jameson all this time. And it was this chameleon who killed Ben Urich that night. And Goblin has kept the real Jameson trapped. He tortured him by letting loose a tiger on him. After this, Felicia herself gets angry, goes to Jameson's office and shoots the fake Jameson dead to take revenge. Conspiracy to kill May Osborn learns about all these things. Then he sends Vulture to kill May, the closest person to Peter, but Peter knows this news through spider sense. He reaches his own house instantly. Going there, he sees Vulture threatening to kill May. Then that brutal death scene of Peter's Uncle Ben flashes before his eyes. Without thinking anything more, he shoots and kills Vulture. Then May sees Spider Noir wearing black clothes, who is actually her own nephew, Peter Parker. Then seeing Peter's cruel murder, May asks him why Peter killed Vulture instead of trapping him with a web. Hearing this, Peter blames himself in his mind, drops the gun from his hand, and leaves. Goblin's lair. At the end of the story, Peter goes to Osborn's secret hideout torture house, where he goes and sees that they are trying to throw Felicia Hardy into a spider cage and scaring the real Jameson with a tiger. Spider-Man Noir goes there and immediately kills all the goons. Then Norman Osborn wants to escape with Felicia through the underground sewer, but Peter stops him there too. A fight takes place between them. At one point, Osborn pulls open the mask of Peter's costume. Then he sees that Spider Noir is Peter Parker, who has killed all his goons all this time. Right then, Peter pulls the skin of Osborn's face and sees that his face was also made of a mask. His real face looks very scary. Death of Norman Osborn. Then Peter remembers his Aunt May's words, whom this Osborn wanted to kill. In that anger, Peter did not let Osborn die so easily. He wanted Osborn to reveal his wrong work in court in front of all the people of the city. But then Osborn loses his self-confidence. He thinks Peter will kill him. Then, as he tries to run away out of fear, many spiders surround Osborn and eat him up completely. Goblin criminal arrested. 2 months after Osborn's death, everything becomes normal in America. The police and goons involved with all corrupt works are caught. And the real Jameson starts working in the Daily Bugle newspaper again. Peter meets Felicia Hardy for the last time and hands over a beautiful love picture of them, found from Ben Uric's documents, into Felicia's hand. Then, getting freedom from everything, Peter says to himself, finally winter came to an end. None of Goblin's dirty partner goons are here today. But Peter's Aunt May is still doing social work for ordinary people. Her idea is that bad people will always exist in the world, but ordinary people like them are enough to fight against them, because at the end of the day, good people win. And this is how the origin story of Spider-Man Noir ends.